Well, hello, and a very happy Monday morning to our conscious cruisers out there. We want to thank you for joining in and listening in to the Conscious Cruiser this morning. We are going to talk about cruising differently in 2026 and what that really means, and could it be a little bit more of a luxurious approach to cruising?
Mm.
Welcome into the Conscious Cruiser podcast, the know before you go approach to cruising and travel. The smartest cruiser is the Conscious Cruiser. And your conscious casters, Elisa, Chet, and Scott.
So weighing back and forth. How are my conscious casters this morning? How are you, Miss Elisa from Elisa's Cruising?
Doing good for a Monday morning,
Monday morning.
But we're always swaying to that music. We love it.
An intro that will never change. Chet and Robin, how are you guys over there at Sea Leg Journeys?
We are fantastic, motivated, concentrated, grammatically correct, numerically in order. We're awesome and ready to go.
That's right. That's right.
Good.
And we are grateful here and full of awards and full of gratification for you guys. Reminding you guys you are listening to the Conscious Cruiser, the award-winning 2025 Best Podcast of the Year from the Meet and I Awards. So we are going to take very much pride in that every single week. So thank you guys, and I am excited to talk about how cruising is changing in 2026 and really the mindset of how cruising is changing, and asking you guys if you guys are feeling the same, or if you guys are booking itineraries kind of catered to this kind of mindset. So in 2026, honestly, you can damn near book a cruise on a floating city, okay? From an Excel class ship to a world class ship. And now I even believe they're upping the world class ship to even be bigger than the world. I forget exactly what it is called. So double world ship, okay? Double world class ship. But there is much of a rapid trend, more of a rapid trend going towards what they call smaller ship cruising. Okay. And I want to know, really, there's the mainstream cruising, right? And then there's this smaller ship cruising. And which do you guys prefer going forward in 2026? Maybe not in the past, right? We're not talking about the past, but really talking about the future of 2026 and your booking and your thought process. Are you thinking more about booking on a smaller end ship style cruising, or are you looking more towards your mainstream, your Carnivals and Royals? And nothing wrong with them. Nothing wrong. We're just asking opinions. So, Elisa, to you, you're 2026.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's still very much a combo. There are several newer, bigger ships that I want to cruise on, because I am definitely interested in seeing, what's changed, what's new, what's updated, because I remember what those ships were lacking before, and how that's all changed. But again, I know I'm fresh off my cruise to Italy, no, Greece, that that you can go to different ports on the smaller ship, and if you definitely are being driven by the itineraries, that's a different way to go too. So it's more of a mix. I'm in a crossroads right now, I guess you'd say.
Okay. Do you have either or booked for 2026? Either like a big mainstream, not like, we don't have to say huge, but a more mainstream, or do you have a smaller cruising?
No, there are big mainstream cruises. So
Okay.
like the next one is on Royal Caribbean's Wonder of the Seas.
Oh, that's big.
Mhm.
Thinking about trying out, maybe not in 26, but we'll see. It's something that's definitely piquing my curiosity. So all right, Chet and Robin from Sea Leg Journeys, in 2026, now 2026, 2027, but 2026, are you guys gearing up more towards your smaller style luxury cruising, or are you looking still more mainstream cruising, Carnival and all that other Royal Caribbeans, things like that.
Well, the two we got booked, we got the Carnival Horizon, which is a fairly large ship, and then we got the Star Princess, which is, I would consider, a pretty big ship, really big ship, 175,000 tons, so it's really big. But mainly that's because of two reasons. One, the big ships got the stabilizers, so they're a little bit smoother out there cruising. Yes. So for the comfort of cruising, the bigger ships are the way to go as far as that goes. But the second reason is that for the internet, Robin from Sea Lake Journey still works, so she has to have superior internet. She's got to be able to stream stuff, because she might have to go live for work or something like that. Yeah. And so she's got to have the best of the best. And we found that right now in our time frame, most of the smaller ships that are mainstream are older ships, and the internet ships, we found that just isn't quite as good. Some of them don't have stabilizers. There's other things like that. So right now we're going with larger ships, but we would like to go with smaller ships. If they come out with newer ships, newer ships that are smaller and got stabilizers and they got super Wi-Fi, we would definitely book some smaller ships. We would.
Absolutely.
I don't know about Carnival, but I think Royal has some in the works, or at least in the planning stages after they finish the Legend of the Icon.
In the rumor stage anyway, right? Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah.
Because I think this trend or this move or this mind shift, right, towards this kind of jet setting or backpacking kind of way, right? We kind of saw it happen in 2025 with going to Alaska and Hawaii, right? I'm not talking, I love Alaska and Hawaii, right? But, a lot of us cruisers, right, thought it was like we're exploring the world. And yes, we are exploring the world. Don't get me wrong. Alaska is beautiful. Hawaii is beautiful. And now more and more people are going there. You're seeing it on the internet more. You're seeing it more on YouTube. Now, right, you've seen the Cozumels, right? And it's starting to not become redundant, but you're starting to see some of the same ports over and over again. And while, yes, a lot of the Caribbean ports are getting improved and there's centers and shopping centers and things that are being added and videos being updated, right? Mm-hmm. There's really a lack of the cultural connection really that happens when you go on these smaller type cruises, right? Your celestial journeys, your silver seas, your variety cruises, right? Variety cruises, people are like, what's that? Look it up, right? Variety cruises, right? Your smaller type cruises where you can be more intimate and you be more connected, right? Not only with the people that are on the cruise, the crew and the guests, but also when you go out into a port like, West Africa, where you're never, ever, I don't care what Carnival ship you're sailing on, you're not going to West Africa, okay? West Africa, okay? Or even some of the even smaller, like the Maldives or something like that, right? The exploring and the appreciation for what else is out there in the world, I think has really started to pique my curiosity, because you're seeing a little bit of those, right? There are people out there that are backpacking and things like that, but you're seeing little glimpses of those on the internet, but you're not seeing enough of them. And I think that's really where the curiosity is starting to come from, because honestly, in a lot of those places, tell you the truth, you put your camera away. Yes, will you vlog there and will it start to become overvlogged over time? Yes, probably. But right now, the people that are there right now, right now, they're not on their phones. They're out there exploring and appreciating and eating and enjoying the cultures that they're in, right? And Elise can even speak for it, right? And in Greece, I'm sure, yes, you took pictures and you were there, but you wanted to also be present in the culture that you were there, because Elise, are you going to be in Greece tomorrow? Next week?
Not tomorrow. Not next
year?
Week.
Right? So like when you go to those smaller places, I think it really has you appreciate what else there is out there in the world, rather than just, okay, we're on a ship, let's drink at the 15, get the most we can, squeeze the orange out of it, and let's go home. We got to do this all over again. Well, maybe not, maybe not. Okay. So
sounds like you're talking about more immersive experiences. You want to just get in there and see more and do more, which is pretty cool. And I think that's true for people who have traveled a lot already or cruised a lot already. But remember, I don't think we're not the hugest part of the cruising population, even though we're on YouTube and we're showing you everything. There's a huge segment of the eligible cruisers, potential cruisers, who haven't done any of that, and so they do still have to heavily market to those newer experiences. You know what I mean? Yeah. So something for everybody, for people who want to go and dive deeper, and for those who are like, yeah, I've never been to Nassau, let's go.
Right. Right. And you want to know what? I think it's more of kind of like the intentional mindset of cruising more in 2026, because I'm thinking like I'm continually getting asked, like, when's your next cruise? Because a lot of people know that I have a cruise content outside of,
Yeah, of course.
and even my friends here on YouTube too.
That likes to cruise, Chad? Did you know that?
I
Cruising.
didn't know that.
And I don't really know. And I'm kind of thinking more intentionally of maybe not when I'm going to book it, right? But of how I'm going to book the next cruise and how intentional I'm going to be with maybe not just throwing it out there when the PTO tank gets up to just booking a cruise on the West Coast or booking a cruise in Florida because I can, but maybe actually looking into more of a place that I want to go to and I want to learn about. Japan, again, like West Africa would be great. I've started to research and look at them. I'm like, oh my Lord, right? Some of these places that I would really jump into and immerse myself and really get something out of that rather than just going to, I don't know, the ABC Islands, which I love the ABC, or I haven't been to the BOC, but ABC Islands, even whatever. It's just going more intentional style cruising than going because I have the time or I have the resources, right? And waiting on it, right? Waiting on something could be the best thing you ever know. So, okay. So here is number 2 coming in hot. We're going to go over to Mr. Chet for this one. Do you cruise right now in 2026 to connect with people, the crew, the guests? And do you feel that it would be easier to do that on a smaller ship or on a much larger ship like an Excel or a World Class, World America, World Asia?
We definitely go to meet people. We go to meet people, hear their stories, hear where they're from, hear what they're about, hear what's going on. And we have no difficulty doing it on any size ship. The smallest ships we've ever been on, probably 77,000 gross ton Carnival, Elations, or ships like that, Sensations, all the way up to the big old giant Sun Princess. We ain't had no problem meeting nobody. There are people everywhere ready to talk to you. And so it doesn't matter what size ship we're on. We're going to meet you if you're there.
I love it. I love it. How about you, Elisa? Do you cruising out to connect with the people and the crew and the guests? And you feel that that's easier on a smaller ship, like you just were on to Italy, or even a much larger ship than that?
I mean, well, Italy or Greece is a different story, just because of
Italy again, didn't I?
just because of the potential language situation. But have to say, the crew is always from everywhere, right? And there's so many languages spoken aboard the cruise ships. It was so impressive to see them all just like, oh, wait, you speak Spanish? Da, da, da. Oh, you speak, I don't even know. There were like different ones, different language, Greek, listening to them talk. So, but anyway, so those were a little bit, sometimes a little bit challenging on the communication, but the ship was smaller. You definitely saw the same crew members often, and you could interact. But I've had those same experiences on big ships too, where we're creatures of habit, right? So we're gonna go to the things that we like, and once we like, maybe you find your favorite bar and you keep going, and you meet the bar staff there or whatever. So you can, if your intent is to talk to people, you're gonna talk to people, no matter what size of ship it is. But the next cruise that I'm going again is the Super Bowl at sea, so that's definitely about the connections with people, the friends, and some new friends too.
Absolutely. And you want to know what? I kind of echo on both of that. I definitely go to kind of connect with people, to meet and connect with the crew. But to me, you want to know what? If we're talking about the 2 ships, I think yes, the word intimate, right? it becomes more intimate when you're on a smaller size ship, a luxury size ship, right? Think about it this way, right? And it kind of turned me on when I kind of thought about this, turn my mind on when I thought about this, right? The mainstream cruising, the bigger cruises that you're on now are more like Las Vegas, right? Your show, your boom, Las Vegas. And your smaller style luxury cruises and your mindset, like we're talking about now, are more of kind of your boutique hotel in Palm Springs.
True.
Okay, so that's kind of what we kind of want to put that mind comparison so you guys start to think about what we're kind of talking about here, right? And yes, can you connect on every level? And do all three of us love to go on cruises to connect? Yes, but the intimate level on both, right? Because on a smaller boutique hotel in Palm Springs, you're only going to have 11 or 12 rooms, right? Put that into scale on a smaller ship like an Azamara or a Silver Seas, right? You're going to see one bartender. You're going to see one blank. You're going to see one guy that does few people that do this. So everybody's going to get to know your name. I don't want to say like the Cheers or where everybody knows your name, but it kind of is that feel, right? You're on that ship for 11 days or 14 days or 10 days. And everybody knows everybody almost. I mean, there's only 782 of you. I mean, hey, Bill, hey, Bob, hey, George, hey, Bill, hey, Steven, hey, Mark, like.
Yeah.
So, yes, it is more intimate, but I do go to connect. But I think that there's something there. There's something different when you I don't know. There's something different on that intimacy level when you're able to only be on a ship with, 700 to, 2,000 people. That's just like 2,000 people. So, all right. So it is.
Like,
what are you saying, Lisa?
Go ahead. No, go ahead. I'll put it in later. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say we're gonna go to our crazy commercial and our sponsor. But no, before we go to the sponsor, what are we? Oh boy.
I was gonna say. Night, is that a chicken?
You're happy to see me.
I guess I was gonna say that might be part of the reason that I'm sort of being drawn towards trying a river cruise. I mean, I've been talking about the Christmas market river cruise for sure, but also just having the time to see things on a little more on a smaller scale, but you go at more in depth and really try to get to know everybody around you on the ship as well, because there are not very many people on the ship. You're bound to learn some new names, new faces, and make some new friends, hopefully.
I am so glad you said that. River cruising, 110%, absolutely. I mean that again, you're only on the ship there with hundreds of people, which is less than the mainstream cruising. So very, very good point. And the river cruising, you can go to so many more destinations and so many more places than you can even go on a bigger cruise ship. Even a non-mainstream bigger cruise ship, you can't go down. You can't get there. So let's go over to the Sunday shuffle of Sea Leg Journeys and Robin and Chet, and go on over there and see what they got cooking.
Hi, I'm Robin. This is Chet, and we're Sea Leg Journeys.
That's right. So come on with us, and we're going to show you the ships, the ports, and the excursions that we do while we're cruising.
You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, and of course, YouTube.
That's right. So come on and join us on all the fun things we're going to do. We also have live shows Wednesday and Friday morning at 8:30 Eastern Time and Sunday night at 6 p.m. So come on and join us there too.
And don't forget, we have a wide variety of videos on YouTube, from everything from the food to the rooms to the excursions to the ships.
That's right. So come on and join us for the fun here at Sea Leg Journeys. Come on to the fun, Sea Leg Journeys.
It's fine.
Sponsoring today's podcast. Are you guys ready to play a game?
Sure. I think.
This has been in the past, in your opinion, but it's kind of still in your opinion, but it's called What's Your Pick? And no, not your nose. What's your pick?
What's your pick?
Right?
Okay.
What's your pick? If money was not an option, okay?
Okay.
Raining down all the money in the world, you can have all the money in the world. What would be the small ship itinerary that you would choose to go on, and why?
Is it my go? I'll go. I don't know. I don't. Yeah, money is no object. Time, all the other resources, no object. My top of my bucket list is Australia. So I guess I would like to do more of a Great Barrier Reef type
Dinner, okay.
itinerary, and I'm assuming that it would have to be those smaller ships because obviously they don't want to damage the reef. So that's what I would pick. I say that now, but I don't know. I also have to worry about, like Chet was saying, the stabilizer situation. I can't be out in all that water and bobbing the whole time. I won't see anything.
I don't want to see it. Like a big fish tank, Lisa. It's just like a big fish tank.
I'm just gonna be watching Finding Nemo again.
Well, I know what mine would be because I've done a lot of research, and there's so many places I want to go that you can get on a big ship, but there's some that you can't. You got to go on a smaller cruise line and really get the best experience. And one of those is the Pacific Islands down there. Solomon Islands, Fiji, Samoa, Tahiti, all those islands down there. Yeah, I'd really like to get to them. I think the smaller ships have the better itineraries, like Viking, Oceania, ships like that are, like you say, Scott, they're a little more upscale. They step up a notch in pricing, and they step up a notch in luxury. And I think that's the way to go to do an itinerary like this, because I've done a lot of research on it, and that's the way I would go, and that would be the first one I would do as soon as Sensei Rabbit makes enough money for me to go.
Start shaking it, Sensei. Okay, I don't know. This probably won't surprise you, the one that I'm going to pick. But the small ship itinerary I would pick, I'm going to actually go to Elisa's river cruising, but I'm going to take her river cruise, and I am going to go and take a river cruise through Ireland. I want to go bar hopping through Ireland. I want to get the rich culture and the history there. To definitely go through some museums. I want to go through some everything that they have there. It's not just going to be a drink fest. We're not just going to bar hop. I really want to go there, immerse myself, be there for as long as I can, and really learn some of the things that the Isles, I guess they say the Ireland Isle, the Ireland port have to offer. And yes, I would save up for that because I know it's probably near 10 grand to go, but that would be a once in a lifetime. Forget bucket list, throw the bucket out. I mean, that's not even a bucket, right? That is just a once in a lifetime experience it's like a fingerprint.
I love it. That sounds beautiful. Yeah.
That would be mine. That would be mine, 110%. And let us know too in the chat. And if you're listening on Spotify, what yours would be. A smaller ship. It's got to be a small ship itinerary, the luxury style small ship river cruising that we're talking about. So Alaska and Hawaii is not. They don't count. Okay, so on to the question of the cast. And this is kind of I want you guys to put your future goggles on, right? I want you to rub your crystal balls. Okay, I want us all to become fortune tellers, future tellers, not fortune tellers, future tellers. Do you believe luxury cruising, is paving the way for the way that we cruise? Let's say 5 to 7 years from now, leaving the mainstream cruising in the dust. And we'll have this posted. So 5 to 7 years from now, when we're right, we can go back. But in 5 to 7 years from now, do you think luxury style cruising is kind of going to take over? Because it's definitely like this right now, like mainstream and like it's a bit icky. But what do you think in 5 to 7 years?
I'm sorry. I was gonna say take over in what sense? Like you just think more people are gonna be doing it, or that's gonna be the main focus of the cruise lines, or
Yeah, people are going to be saying, okay, we can't take 3 cruises. We can take 3 cruises and do the mainstream thing, or we can take 1 and do the smaller luxury style. And people are going to be, let's just do the 1. Why? I want the experience. I want to go to West Africa. I want to go to Tahiti. I want to go to Spain. I want to go to these places, right? More of the inner Europe things, right? Like that. Do you think? Because it's I'm not saying that it's taking over, but I mean, yes, there are a lot more people now in 2026, 2025 that are getting on that. Hey, let's get into these places where we can really explore the rich culture. And again, you're not doing that on the Carnival Dream. I'm sorry. Been on that ship 13 times. You're still not doing that on the Carnival Dream. So in 5 to 7 years, do you guys think it's even going to even out more or even start to take away? Or do you think that I'm even crazy in saying it? And you can say I'm crazy. I'm crazy.
I don't think you're. Well, you might be crazy, but
Oh, he's crazy.
about other things. But no, I mean, maybe more like evening out. Like maybe there will be more people who see the value in that, and I do mean like the cost value in just doing the one luxurious trip for the year or 2 years or whatever, instead of doing the small weekend type cruises, so they can have more of an experience. But I don't think that everybody wants that. I think that the main line or the mainstream cruises are there and popular for a reason, especially with people traveling with their families and wanting to give their kids those opportunities. But if you're young and single, unattached, and want to go, or if you've gotten the kids out the house and then want to go, we have more information about what's available now. So I do think more people are going to do those types of cruises, but I don't think it's going to take over because luxury costs, and we still all have budgets, most of us.
Very, very
Sorry,
good.
was that oversharing?
No, that was great.
Am I the
That was
only one with the
great.
budget?
That was great. That was great.
I didn't even think about it. How about you, Chet and Robin? What do you guys think as far as the luxury market and smaller mine cruising, smaller set cruise ships? Do you think it's going to take over in 5 to 7 years?
I wouldn't say take over, but I believe you will see a dramatic increase. People are already crying out for smaller ships.
Yeah.
Why? And because for a couple of reasons. One, the people don't mind paying more to get more. The luxury cruise lines, the smaller cruise lines are going to say, look, we want a little bit more, and we want to get away from this massive ships that got a lot of bad behavior on it, as you see on YouTube and Facebook and everywhere else. I want to get away from that. I'll pay extra if you can put me over here and I can get away from that. They're like, fine, we'll do that. And I think they're going to do that for that reason. I think another reason is itineraries. There's a lot of places now that are demanding the big ships leave. We don't want your big old ship up in here. Get it out of here. So cruise lines are going to say, well, we'll adapt to that. Plus, there's people who are willing to pay more to do that. And the ports are wanting that. So you got the people wanting it. You got the ports wanting it. And then the cruise line is going to look at, they are willing to pay more money. So if I can make as much money on 1,500 passengers as I can make on 3,000, why wouldn't I do that? If I can, it's the same thing as I can make as much money on one Cadillac as I can on 5 Chevrolets. I don't mind selling just one Cadillac. And that's going to be the same thing with cruising, I think. Will it take over? No, it won't take over. But I think it's going to be a dramatic rise. I think watch for it, Scott. You're going to see the smaller ships come in first. You're going to see the itineraries change when they get the smaller ships. You're going to see the clientele on those people who can spend the money and are willing to. There's just going to be a shift in it, I do believe.
Yep, absolutely. And you're already seeing it too. Like that's a really good example with the ports. I mean, I know Hawaii, Hawaii and Alaska both are starting to charge more taxes to pull into their ports. So you're going to see that on your cruise bill. You'll see it when you pay it up front, that you'll see an extra tax, to go into their environmental and the building and the structures that weren't there last year. And I think a lot more a lot more countries and ports are going to start to follow that suit and start to charge the cruise lines more, which in turn is charging you guys more. Okay. And I think people are going to look at that and say, yes, I will pay a little bit more, like a couple $100 more, to get away from all of the noise and all of the bad things that are bad behaviors and bad habits that are kind of seeping through on all cruise lines, right? We're not talking crap about cruising in cruise lines, right? But we're seeing it more and more. And now, you know, sometimes you go on these vacations and it's like, okay, but sometimes you need a vacation from your vacation. But if you were to go on this style cruising, right, and you were able to sit back and relax in luxury, that's when you come back and you're like, wow, now that was an experience of a lifetime, right? Don't get me wrong, I haven't said that in a really long time. Well, really long time when I was cruising, okay? And it doesn't matter what ship I've been on really, 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 really nice ships in the past couple of years, but I just haven't had that. So I really think that a lot of the cruising, and I would say the younger generation, but I'm not going to put out the older generation too, because, you know, there's retired people that are backpacking and jet setting now too.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
I think more world is in that exploring mindset, and obviously the way the world is, who knows what's going to happen tomorrow? We never know what's going to happen tomorrow. So I think more and more of those people are starting to think of, hey, let me go to that bucket list and let me fill that bucket all the way up, and let's go to Ireland or West Africa or the Maldives or Tahiti or Italy and Rome and France and Greece, right? Greece, is that where you went, Lisa?
Greece. Yes. It's okay.
That's going to be a forever joke.
Italy, wherever. We don't know.
Over there.
Yeah. I think she went to Germany. I don't know.
No, I did not.
How'd you meet a German guy?
But I agree. I somewhat agree with both of you. I think it's going to even out, and I think even out is going to be a massive shift. Whether you realize it or not, I think it's going to start to even out, and it's really going to be more intentional. People in general are going to be more intentionally booking the cruises that they're going on. And hey, if you want to do mainstream cruise, I think people are still going to be intentionally booking those too, because there are some ports that you can still go to that, you know, if you hop on a smaller ship or something like that, you would be able to go to in the Southern Caribbean, Eastern Caribbean, Western Caribbean places too. So, yeah, this has been a great episode. I loved it. This was an interesting topic. I hope you did too. My conscious casters, Robin and Chet from Sea Light Journeys, and Elisa from Elisa's Adventures in Cruising. I want to thank you guys very much. And we will see you guys next week on Monday with another hot, fresh episode of The Conscious Cruiser. So, anyone else have anything else?
I'm going to beat you to the beach.
You are most certainly not, because
everybody's welcome. There's plenty of room. Come on in.